back to Five Stars Realty Podcast. Today, I'm honored to have Kevin Diaz with us today, and he's going to be talking about leadership, his business. He's the president of Axe Elite. So we're going to be talking a little bit about his journey, how he got there today, and what can we expect next. So welcome, Kevin.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate the invitation, having me here today. I'm very excited for what we're going to discuss in the next 30 to 40 minutes. So thank you for having me here. Really do
No,
appreciate it.
thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about you. So you run Axe Elite. You're the president
Yes.
of the company. So how would you describe what you do and who you serve?
For me, what I do, it's all about people. It's all about the community. It's serving those that might need an opportunity that perhaps they don't have the best resources to be able to become successful in life. We focus a lot on people development, and that is because everybody has greatness from within, but a lot of people don't know how to unlock that power that they have from within. So for me, it's serving the community, serving the people so they can understand that, hey, just like I did it, somebody else can do it as well. So to me, that's the main purpose of what I do every single day, which is making sure that people like myself can become successful, can win, can get to the next level. And a lot of people just don't have that guidance nowadays. You know, you see a lot of people on social media, you see a lot of gurus, you see all of these different things. But in reality of things, there's a key component which is guidance, and a lot of people don't have that. And for us, it's very important. That is what I do every single day: just guide people to make good decisions, making sure that they becoming better, becoming a better human being. And yeah, that's my main focus every single day.
So for our public out there, what is Axe Elite? What do you do as the president? What's
Absolutely,
your name?
absolutely. So actually, we are a telecommunication and technology company. What we do is we serve business owners all across the nation. That's the aspect of selling, of course. Inside the business, more so as a president, is making sure that we got processes and systems in place so that when somebody comes in through the doors of Elite, they have the best tools for them to become successful. We don't take a look at people and say, okay, you have a perfect resume. I like what everything that I see there. Let's go ahead and hire you. Main thing that we look for is, okay, does somebody has the willpower to do what they do? And as long as somebody has the willpower, everything else follows. And that is because as a president, the main job is to be able to ensure that there's opportunity for people where they can feel comfortable, where they can feel loved, where they can feel that they appreciate it in what they do every single day. So me as a president, that is my main focus all the time, making sure that we have a culture where people feel welcome, where people are excited to be there, and where there's a place where everybody can become a winner. Right? There's a lot of places, or there's just in the world, a lot of people like to see people do good, but not better than them. And so for us, is the complete opposite. For us, we just want to see everybody win, making sure that we have all the tools necessary so somebody can come through the doors of Elite and become successful just like I did.
So I love everything you did say because as a businesswoman or as a leader, right? Here at Five Stars as well, any agent that comes in through the door, anybody that we hire, I don't just look at like what you've done to get here.
Exactly.
It's how do we become tighter? How do we grow?
Exactly.
Because I take pride in knowing that you are successful because it just means that I helped you get there.
Absolutely.
I feel everybody is successful in their own ways as
Mm-hmm.
well. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not a chart, it's not like a little title saying like, oh, you need to be here to be successful.
Yeah.
So take me back to where you're from, Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
how you're here today in your journey.
For sure. So I am from Aguas Buenas, Puerto Rico. I basically grew up my whole life in Puerto Rico. My parents, they were divorced. I was 2 years old when they got divorced, so I was raised by just my mom. Um, she used to work on a third shift job, so she would all the time will be sleeping while I'm up, and then when I'm sleeping, she will be working. So it was uh, very few hours that I would spend with her on a day-to-day basis. But my grandparents, they have a huge impact on who I am today, and that is because they were the main people, pretty much always with me. I I cannot sit here and say, oh, I come from a family that we didn't have anything. But I can say that I did come from a family that we didn't have at all. right? We did have the love, the care, the support, making sure that I had everything, food on the table, a roof over my head, all of those different things. But one thing that we didn't have it was just the high resources, right? And growing up, I was someone that was always doing sports. I was always involved in any sort of a sport, basketball, baseball, football, whatever it was. I would always be doing something. My grandfather, he is a gym teacher in one of the universities of Puerto Rico.
Oh,
And he just instilled that in me since I was 5 years old, always doing something with him, always working out, doing whatever it was out there. And so growing up, I always had that image of always doing your best, always work, always have discipline, be a good person, be a good human. And growing up, it was a very fun journey, I would say. In Puerto Rico, it's everything it's just it's summer the whole year.
I don't want to
You,
say it's better. Like in Puerto Rico, everything is better,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it is different than
It
Connecticut.
is the island, it's
Mm-hmm.
the tropical island. You always having fun and whatnot. But growing up, having all those different things, I started seeing, a lot of people from where I was just not growing to become more or better than what we saw. Even though I live in Puerto Rico my whole life, which is where a lot of people go to visit the
Mm-hmm.
island, the beaches, and all of that, I barely went to any beach. I was always kind of like on my hometown, just pretty much just limited to what I had at the moment. So I really didn't experience Puerto Rico like people go
Okay.
as a tourist. I was always just working, just living the life over there. And to me, that was just a eye opening, right? Because even though I lived there, I didn't really experience what it was, the island, I should say. But then at the same time, growing up, seeing all of that, I just knew there was always something better. There was always something more. And so when I got to college, I started kind of like associating myself with, I would say, not the best people in terms of habits, behaviors,
Mm-hmm.
what they do and whatnot. So I started hanging out with the wrong crowd, which got me into problems with the family. It wasn't doing the right things. I graduated from high school. I didn't even go to college. I just working,
Mm-hmm.
doing what I had to do. And so there was one time where I went to my house and my whole family was there. It was like it was Tuesday, 10 p.m. at night. That's when I got to my house. And literally, my whole family was there, and I'm like, okay, this is what is
Weird.
going on? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is weird. What is going on here? So as soon as I walk in through the doors of my house, there's like a big circle, and as soon as I walked in, my mom is crying, right? And then I had my grandpa right there, had a notebook, and then he's like, Kevin, you be hanging out with this type of person. This is this name. This is the nickname. And he just kept going, kept going, kept going. And I'm like, wow. And so my mom said, hey, you living tomorrow to Connecticut with your dad. So
Okay.
that same night, I'm like, whoa, it just
Mm-hmm.
happened right there and then. Had a very deep conversation with my family, and I was like, you know what? There's nothing I could do. I gotta go. So literally, next morning, I'm already in Connecticut with my dad,
Okay.
and that's how pretty much I ended up here today. Then, of course, I got to Connecticut. I didn't speak the language. I didn't speak English. The first thing that I went through was culture shock, just still hearing
It's
people.
different.
Yeah,
It's
it's
different.
completely
Completely
different.
different.
And then I'm here and I'm like trying to have a conversation. People will talk to me and I would just smile and just go like this because I didn't know what they were saying. So quickly, as soon as I got here, my dad took me to college. So I signed up at Capital Community College in Hartford. There, I took ESL classes for 4 years.
Okay.
So within those 4 years, that's when I was able to learn the language. Once I was fully okay, and now I can speak and now I can communicate. That's when I would then went to CCSU, going for my bachelor's on molecular science. That's what
Okay.
I wanted to do. And then in the process, me being here, going to college, working, I just experienced a lot. I just experienced a lot. And to me, as I was going to college and all of those different things, I was spending a lot of money on the classes,
Yes. Expensive.
classes that didn't even make sense. Well, to what I wanted, right?
Right.
Like history and all of this. I'm like, listen, I'm paying a lot of money for
Mm-hmm.
this. I don't think I'm gonna get any value out of that. And so I started kind of like questioning the system. I started questioning, okay, college. Then I had a job at the time. I did valet parking for 5 years.
Okay.
Okay, and doing the valet parking for 5 years, I was one of the people working the hardest. As I did sports my whole life, valet parking is all about parking cars all day long.
Yes.
So you gotta
And
run
running
up
back
and
and
down.
forth.
Yeah. So to me, it was nothing, right? But I would be the same guy, literally parking 30, 40 cars in a night while somebody else was parking 10, 15. And my problem with that was that at the end of the night, we all had to split the tip equally,
Oh.
right? And to me, that always had a sour taste in my
Mm-hmm.
mouth, just because I knew that to me that wasn't fair. And it's because if I'm doing the most, then that means
I should be getting the
I should
most.
be getting the
I
most.
agree.
And so that just kind of like opened my eyes a little bit. At the same time, I was going to college, paying for a lot of classes. I would look at the professor and I'm like, okay, you don't even seem happy on what you're doing. Why should I be passionate about this?
Motivated.
Exactly, exactly. So then I started questioning a lot of different things. At that same time, that's actually when I met Albert, the CEO of the company. So he used to go to, so I used to work at the Marion downtown, and there was a Starbucks there. And he used to go there every single morning. And every single morning, I would be there because that was my job. And so I would see him constantly, constantly. Every time he walked in, I would say hi, smile. Whenever we were busy, I'm like, hey, man, don't worry. You just park the car right here. You're fine. And literally for 8 months, I would just keep seeing him every single day. I got to a point where I was doing doubles at
Okay.
that job.
Yeah.
Yep, at the job. So I would do the mornings at the hotel, and then right across the street, there's a five-star restaurant, Capital Grill. I'm sure if
Okay.
you heard of it.
Yes.
And so I would do doubles there. So I would work the whole morning in the hotel, and then at night I would go to the restaurant because there's a lot of money there in terms of tip.
Yes.
Right. So with my hustle and all of that, so I would just, it didn't matter. I just want to make money. I want to become successful. I was going to college at the same time. And it got to a point where I'm like, okay, well, I feel like I'm just a number in here. I come in, I do my best. Something wrong happens. So Kevin,
Yeah.
you're
Replaceable.
suspended. Yeah,
All
just like this,
replaceable.
just like this. And that to me, I was like, okay, that's not something that I want. I don't want to have a job. I don't want to continue to go to college because it's a lot of money. And by the way, if I do graduate, I still gonna have a job. So somebody's gonna tell me what to do and what not. Maybe feel like a number again. And I just didn't want that. Didn't want that. So one night, Albert does. I see him in the morning. I see him in the morning because I was already in the morning there, and the usual greet him, do all of this, blah blah blah. Then at night, that's when I would go to the restaurant. Then I see him again, and I'm like, okay, now right? It's like okay, this guy is just always around.
Right.
And to me, when I saw him again, I'm like, okay, this guy looks young, got a beautiful family, got a nice vehicle. I'm like, okay,
What is he doing?
What is he doing?
Yeah. What is he
doing?
does?
He was young. We were only like 3 years apart. So to me, it's like, well, I'm doing something wrong, then,
Mhm.
right? I'm doing something wrong. What is going on here? So there was one day that he just approached me and said, hey, Kevin, I
I've
see
seen
you
you.
working. I see you always with a smile. I see the fire in your eyes. Are you looking for something more? And I'm like, sure. I'm always open to new opportunities. And this is in August 2018. This is when this happened. In that month, Hurricane Maria had just happened in Puerto Rico, probably
2017.
27 around there. And so I was already in the process to move to Florida. 'Cause
Okay.
yes, to move to Florida, I was going to UCF,
Okay.
which
I
is
know which one it
University
is.
of Florida,
Mm-hmm.
Central Florida, and I already had transferred all my credits. I already had did everything. I was gonna leave Connecticut because I'm like, okay, I need something else.
A change.
And exactly, a change. And I already did everything, the whole process. I was just waiting for the end of the month, and I would just go to Florida and start just everything from there. And that conversation that I had with Albert, that was in August, and I'm like, okay, let me just hear you out. Let me see what
Right.
it is about. And I had a meeting with him. When I went to the meeting, I see him very successful, doing all of these different things. And then when I go to the office, it was in Hartford, it was in Park Street, and it wasn't even an office. Okay, it was an attic.
Really?
It was an attic. So I'm going up the stairs, and every time I made a step, you can hear just the wood just making noise, and I'm like, okay, this is a little bit
Mhm.
weird. What's going on here, right?
Where are you taking me?
Right, right. So then I go up there to the attic. I open the door, and there's literally just four guys, four desks, four computers,
Okay.
right? And I walked in, and I'm like, okay, let's see what is this about, right? And I had a conversation with Albert. We connected very well. We had a lot of similarities growing up. In terms of the hustle, working since 10 years old, 12 years old, just doing whatever it was just to make money. And we felt like a very good connection. He explained to me, the vision of the company that he had, which is actually today. He explained to me where he was going to end up, what was the whole mission, what was the vision. And I really aligned with that a lot. I really aligned a lot with that. Now, at the moment, though, there was no proof of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? We're still working in the attic. There's only one guy that has the results. The other three gentlemen at the time, they didn't have, the luxury things that I would see from Albert. And I'm like, I mean, okay, I see you,
But what's going on with your team?
what is going on, right? And so I just went with my gut feeling. I got home after that meeting that I had with him. I'm sitting down and I'm just thinking, I really felt like he was just very genuine. I believe everything that he told me. And because someone who's big on energy, big
Mm-hmm.
on reading people.
Yes.
And so to me, that was very big. And I go home, I talk to my family. First thing my family says, "Oh, Kevin, you're crazy. Wow, how are you gonna quit college to do something that look at your accent? You barely speak English. You don't know anything about sales. You don't know anything about business. You have a GPA of 3.68. Why would you quit?" Right? And to me, that was a very fair question
Mm-hmm.
for my parents. And I'm like, "Look, I understand what you're saying. At the same time, it's not something that I want to continue to do." And to me, I just trusted my gut feeling, and my gut feeling was saying, "Just Kevin, just do it." Right? I asked for family members, "Hey, what do you think? What do you think about this? What do you think about that?" And everybody was kind of like shutting it down, shutting it down, shutting it down. So it kind of made me doubt about that decision.
I would agree.
And how can you not? I had just one friend. She's back in Puerto Rico, and I call her, and I'm like, "Hey, this is what's going on," and she's like, "Kevin, you should do it. If that's what you believe, you should do it." And out of everybody else, I just listened to her, and I'm like, "You know what? I'm gonna do it." And then I just started working. I said, "Hey, I'm not gonna go to Florida. I'm gonna stay here. I'm probably gonna move down there by December. Let me just work this thing out." And it's been 9 years, and I never left. So this is how everything started.
Your story resonates with me. As we had a conversation
Yeah.
previously, I was in the banking side and I was in this program to become a next branch manager.
Mm,
So the program, you only choose like 6 people
okay.
overall. So it's the whole company and it's by district. And I was one of the ones that were chosen. Halfway through the program, my now broker
Mm-hmm.
approaches me. He's like, "We've known each other for a couple years. You've been my banker. How about you come and work with me?" I took it to my family, and everybody was like, "You have something. Sure. You're
Mm-hmm.
going to be a next branch manager. You're going to be." And when I look at my life, I didn't see it as a number.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it as like one of the many. And I wanted to do something different.
For
So
sure.
doing something different meant maybe like stepping out of whatever the norm is.
Yeah.
And look at me today,
I know.
interviewing you.
Amazing. It's amazing. It's
So
amazing.
it is a journey.
Yeah.
So
I always tell people, and I'm sorry. I
no,
always tell
of course.
people, I never took it to heart,
Mm-hmm.
and that's because as parents, all they're trying to do is protect you,
Yes, 100%.
and that's the only thing they knew.
And Puerto Rican parents are
Go to
very.
college, you gotta make something happen, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like that
And the
conversation.
abuela
It's
is
like,
always there. The
let me not get
abuelo.
abuelo, especially abuelo. He's a professor at University of
Yes.
Puerto Rico, so he will be the one pushing that the most. And I'm like, listen, that all they doing is just trying to protect me the way that they know how to.
Yeah.
I just gotta show them, give them a reason for them to support me.
No, my mom was a single mom. It was my sister and I, and mi abuela moved from Puerto Rico here to help her out. So it was my mom working like 3 jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and my abuela cooking, or if it was me cooking.
Yeah.
So it was very like powerful woman in charge. But it's Puerto Rican at the end of the day. Like they push you to say.
For
I
sure.
was like, my abuela, I might like not be working at the bank anymore. She said, "Nina, what are you talking about? You crazy? You loca? You loca?" So it's a very Puerto Rican thing to do.
For sure. For sure.
You want the sure thing. So how do you make other people see that vision?
I love that question. Love that question. How can people see the vision? Now is easy. Now, because now we got the results.
Mhm.
Now there's people in the office that they come in within 6 months, they making $15,000, $20,000 in a month. So now it's very easy so people can see it. But a lot of the things that I focus it's on the person. What is it that you're looking to get out of
Mhm.
life, right? If somebody doesn't have the desire, the goals, or they don't even have that willpower to become more and be more, then it's very hard for someone to see the vision, right? And to me, it's all about that. It's about understanding someone, getting to know them in a deeper level, and truly understand what it is that they want to do, what is it they're looking to accomplish. Now, a lot of the times they don't even believe in themselves, and that is because of past trauma, whatever had happened in their life, which made them who they are today. And so for me, a lot of the times it's just kind of getting to know people on a deeper level, so I can uncover really those traumas, discover those things, those mental blockages that
Mhm.
don't allow them to think in the long term. And it's all about education. A lot of people make decisions based on face value, which they make decisions based on today, not
Correct.
thinking what is going to happen 2 years from now, 1 year from now, based on that decision. And so to me, it's always about painting the big picture because a lot of people are just focused on today. They're not thinking, okay, where am I going to be 2 years from here, 3 years from here, 4 years from here? And that's really how I'm able to get, through someone and understand, okay, this is the vision that we have. Do you see the vision that we have? Yes, I do. Okay, cool. This is what we have to do, right? So with every vision, there's always a work behind it that needs to be done, and for every person is different because every person goes through different things in their life. So not everybody's approached the same way,
Correct.
but it's more so getting to know them on a deeper level to be able to give that assurance that hey, you can do it.
Right. So I know that the company, you as the president, and everything,
Yeah.
for the past 2 years, you've been in the Inc. 5,000.
Yes.
If you've gone from 1,400, like the spot,
Mm-hmm.
to 700,
Yeah.
how did that happen? How did this make you feel?
Yeah.
Coming from an attic,
Yes.
coming from like nobody knew you, to these like reels, to these videos, to the lifestyle.
Yeah. Very good question. First thing first, when we got inducted to the Inc. 5000, I mean, to me, that was just kind of like that moment that you say, okay, this is it. Yeah,
Validation.
validation. I'm like, this is it. We doing it. We doing it. We come from an attic. We come from just 4 people saying, hey, one day we're gonna have a big building. One day we're gonna have over 200 people. One day we're gonna impact in other people's life, and that is exactly what we're doing today. So even it was a reassurance. I already knew we were going in that direction just because on what we have built in the company, the culture, the people, the desire that everybody has. So to me, it was an amazing feeling knowing that hey, we actually made it to the Inc. 5000 for the very first time. We've been talking about this, ever since we were in the attic. It's been 8 years. So seeing it now, it's like okay, everything that this Albert told me at the attic, it's literally happening right now.
Right.
And it was all the belief, it was the mission, and it was the vision where we were headed. And to me, that it sparks a fire under me, which is okay. We made it to the Inc. 5000. The truth is, we haven't even impacted that many lives.
But you're number 3 in Connecticut.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that it's a huge feat in itself.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
How do you, when you approach this to people, when you approach where you're at, like, hey, I'm number 3 and everything, how do you explain to people and to the public that's watching us, what is the Inc. 5,000?
Yeah. So the Inc. 5000, it's a big organization in America, and what they do, they only recognize the top 5,000 privately owned businesses in America, and there's about 23 million of them. Okay, and just that right there, right? The fact that they only select 5,000 of the whole America, and the fact that they were chosen for that, to me, it was like, oh my goodness, this is what we did. So when I speak with people and I let them know, hey, listen, we had a mission at the attic, and the attic, the mission was and the vision was to be what we are today. This is exactly what we are today. What we're gonna be now in 10 years from now is just gonna be on a different
Unimaginable.
level, on a different level. And I always tell people, guys, we already are number 3 in Connecticut. We are number 711 in America.
Yes.
And we have not exposed ourselves all the way. People still don't know who actually is, right? Like in a big scale.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's a lot more people out there just like me that are looking for an opportunity that all that they need is just literally a vehicle where they can just put their hard work and dedication for them to get the results.
And I do like that because I don't think people realize it's privately owned
Yeah.
companies. You know how many privately owned companies there are just in Connecticut, and you're number 3.
Yeah.
That just shows the hard work, the dedication, the culture. And that's something we even bring in our business because you want people to come to be successful and to stay
Yes,
because that's how you promote it as well.
absolutely.
What are some of the biggest challenges that you've
Biggest
seen?
challenges that I facing at the moment is the culture. We're growing so fast that the culture could fade out if you don't maintain the standards, if you don't maintain the vision that
Mhm.
we had back in the attic. So to me, that is uh, one of the biggest things right now, which is working with the culture. As we grow, as we get bigger, there's people that are going to come in, of course, that have to have a different mindset, different belief, maybe different habits. And everything that we do, it has a purpose, right?
Yes.
Everything that we do, everything, every single day. There's not one day that I go in and I'm like, okay, well, what are we doing today, right? There's always a reasoning for everything that we do, and the culture is one of the biggest things that we're working right now on, which is to maintain it, make it better, make it bigger, so that that culture just can expand globally. And I know that it can, and I know that
It's
it can.
difficult.
It is.
It's
It
very
is.
difficult.
It is.
My mom used to say like one rotten potato can ruin
Yeah.
the whole bag.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
bringing the correct people on
Yeah.
board and kind of making them see that vision as
Yeah.
well.
We have kind of like a 3-step process
Okay.
when hiring someone.
Do explain that.
Yeah. So when somebody comes into the doors of Actually, first thing we do a phone screening. We kind of qualify them a little bit there. From there, they come in for the first part of the interview process, which we show, pretty much what we do and how we do it. We explain our mission, our vision, what is it that we're here to accomplish for just individuals as well, people that come in. After we do that, right, everything on paper sounds great all the time.
All the time.
That's
With
that's what
AI
of course.
nowadays too, making it like, hey, make this resume
it-
just much better.
Exactly. So to always give them the example, you see when you look at people on social media, all that you see is people smiling, people
Yes.
having a great time. You barely see people posting, I'm crying, I'm sad. Let me post about that, right? They always post the beautiful things in life. And so the first part of the interview process, we show the possibilities. On the second part of the interview process, we actually have them do what we do. So we kind of put them in a practice for about 30 minutes, actually doing what we do so they can feel what it is that we do. And if they do well on the second part of the interview process, then there's the third step of the interview process, which the individual come in again. They meet with a president for the company for about an hour. We ask a lot of different questions, and then from there, that's when we make a final decision. So we try to get those that really want to become successful.
It seems like it's thorough
Yes.
enough that you would see it.
Yes.
But trust me, I saw your Instagram, and I was going through like your videos and your reels, and I was like, how do I get this live? How do I go to Dubai? How do I do
Yeah,
this?
that's amazing. It's amazing. We have a company, like I said, a lot of companies and a lot of specifically sales company. All they
Yes.
want is people to make sales.
Yes.
Just make money, make money, make money. That's it, right? And one of our core values of the company is people over profits.
Yes.
Right? That for us is always about showing people what's possible.
Okay.
Right? People work hard for a check.
Mm-hmm.
But people work way harder when there's a purpose behind it, when there's something bigger than them. So to us is showing people possibilities, right? When I look at the parking lot of Axelit, I'm like, okay, this is a beautiful parking lot, a lot of nice cars, right? But when I went to Dubai, and I'm like, okay, this is
Another level.
this is different. Like you see like cars left and right, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like okay, there's a lot more that we haven't achieved just yet. So that even me as a president, right, I went to Dubai and I got inspired, and I'm already making what I'm making today. I'm already have the success that I have today. And so imagine what it does for someone that just comes through the doors of Actually, just brand new. Maybe they have doubts. Maybe they have family members saying, hey, you should go back to college, like my parents did, just like my family did.
Just like mine did.
Exactly. But then maybe when they experience this different trips that we do, different experiences, they say, okay, you know what? That's a possibility. I think I could get there. And a lot of the times when we do these trips and all of these different things, people do come back, and they come back hungrier than ever. They go crazy. And that is because they experience something they never had before. A lot of people they know what they know just because of pretty much what they know. They haven't. You only know what
Yes.
you have experienced in life.
Correct.
And we like to expand that palette, like we like to say, so that people see
Trust
what is
me.
out there.
If I go to Dubai, I'd come back wanting to go back to Dubai.
Yes, yes,
It's on the
yes.
bucket list.
Yeah,
So-
we definitely got to go.
Um,
Definitely.
You mentioned, and it's a question I wanted to ask. It started with 4.
Yes.
You were the 5th.
Yes. Yes.
How many are you now? Like approximately?
Over 200.
Over 200.
Over 200.
And we're talking about how years? 2 years? 3 years?
into
Into like when you actually started gaining
it's
people.
been 8 years.
8 years,
since I
yes.
started,
And
yep.
then when did you say, oh, we're onto something? Like in a track?
Honestly, I think it was my second year in. It was my second year
Yeah.
in that I said, okay, we going somewhere in here, right? Because we started from just 4 people. Then we went to East Hartford, where we
Okay.
have an office. It
Okay.
was a 4,000 square foot office.
Okay.
And it got to a point where we didn't fit in that office. And I'm like, oh, we going somewhere. We going somewhere. And then from there, that's when we moved to Weathersfield, Connecticut. And that is when we purchased the whole building. And now we own the whole building.
Yeah. And that is
Yeah.
you.
And then at that
You
point,
say
I'm like,
we
okay.
have arrived.
Oh, yes. Yes, we have arrived. That is correct.
So tell me now, how do you embody the philosophy as a leader when people look at you?
Yeah. For me, leadership, it's not about power. Leadership, it's about guidance. Leadership is about responsibility
Yes.
in terms, right? When I hire somebody, they become my responsibility. It's not like I have a power over you. It's more so you're my responsibility, and I have to make sure that you become successful. Because if you don't, then that's on me as a leader. I fail you as a leader. And so that's how I view leadership. For me, it's not about the power. It's not about, hey, yes, I'm this person. Look at me. I got this title. Anybody can have a title, right? It's about who you are as a person. And to me, it's all about being genuine. It's about just being real, a real person. You don't gotta fluff anything. You don't gotta say or make things bigger than what they are, right? For example, when I do the interviews at the Axe Elite, I don't show them the results of people. I also show them the hard work and dedication that they have to put in. So in order for them to get the results. So to me, it's not about being a fluff leader. It's not about just putting an image that is not what it is. It's about being real. It's about being a person that can walk in the light. A lot of people, behind the screen, they're one person. Outside of the screen, they're a different person. And so as a leader, you just got to embody what you do and who you are so that way you can reflect that on anybody. And that's why it's so easy to work with people, help people, because you actually became that person, and it's easy just to pass down to people.
I feel a good leader is a people person.
For
Is
sure.
a good listener.
100%.
When I even have people like even Guillermo all the time, the broker, he tells me, I think you gave it a certain touch that wasn't here before. And sometimes I do tell him, I'm like, oh no, this agent, this agent. He's like, how do you know this? I'm like, people call me, people talk to me.
Yes.
It's the same effort or the same kindness I show to you. It makes you comfortable to come back to me.
Yes.
I prefer to help you grow than to fix a mistake or to feel that I let you down.
Yes.
You weren't comfortable to come to me.
Yeah.
And that just doesn't make me a good leader either.
Yeah, for sure. And that's one of the biggest things that I love. I work with over 70 people specifically. And I actually get to know them not just on a surface level, but on a deeper level.
Yes.
And that's one of the biggest things that I love. You see, every time there's lunchtime, I could be spending it with myself. I could just be doing reports and whatnot. But during lunch, that's when I like to go out to lunch with my people so I can talk to them, so I can understand them, so I can see where they feeling. Because everything changes all the time, right? Somebody might be doing great today. Something happened in their personal life. They don't know how to solve the problem. And a lot of the times people come to me and they say, oh my God, Kevin, I don't know what to do. Kevin. And I'm like, okay, just tell me what it is. They'll tell me the problem. And I'm like, okay, it's very simple. Do this. And go ahead. Just go ahead and do it, right? So for me, it's very important what you said. You definitely have to get to know people on a deeper level.
Even sometimes it can get very hectic, as I can imagine.
Yes.
And even in the office, my the marketing director or the assistant she'd be like, let's go for a half an hour lunch, and we go to get pizza. Even if it's half an hour across the street, we just spend that time, and we talk something other than the office.
For sure.
And we kind of take a step back, and we get to know each other.
Yeah.
We get to know kids, family, husbands, anything that's personal.
Very important.
And I feel like that makes it even better for you to be involved.
Yeah.
And if you work in a good environment, you're going to want to stay there.
For sure.
And that just makes it a better company as well.
Yes.
And if your people are happy, wouldn't you say they bring more money in?
Of course.
And they're more dedicated.
Of course.
And they want to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good. Competitive is good too.
Oh, yeah.
And I bet you have
We have it
competitive.
both. Oh, yeah. We have it both. Every single week, there's a competition.
Okay.
Every single month, there's a competition. Like, for example,
I've seen that in your reels. So tell me a little bit about that.
Right now, I'm a perfect example. Right now, there's 3 organizations in the company. And there's 3 presidents, so each president has an organization.
Okay.
Right now, today's the last day of the month, October 31st. And so today we close the books, right? So whoever organization make the most money, They get recognized for being the top organization of the office for the month of October. And waking up today, going into the office, oh my goodness, the energy is through the roof. Why? Is because two organizations, the only difference between them two is $500. So you already know everybody is on their edge. Everybody just pushing, calling, making sure that I help this person, I help that person. It's a competitive greatness is what I like to say.
I do like that.
It make it fun. It
Mm-hmm.
makes it fun. Right now, everybody at the office just going insane. People already saying, "Hey, I'm gonna stay later. I'm not gonna go out tonight. We're gonna go out till 10 p.m. because we gotta take this right." So a
That's
lot of
good.
people have pride. A lot of people they like to be on stage. They like to get recognized,
Mm-hmm.
and so everybody's definitely pushing for that. So competitive greatness is something that goes hand in hand with sales,
No, yes,
with anything
100%.
anything at all.
Yeah. I remember when I used to be at the bank, you'd get people that are competitive. You get people that you become like a team outside and you're like, oh, I went up in this sale.
Yeah,
Like you're
yeah,
behind like two. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
good. It motivates you
Oh
to
yeah,
like be better.
yeah.
So tell me the last part. Tell me a little bit like what does the future look for you, Kevin?
That's a good question. I think about this all the time, and I'm like, okay, I'm here today. Where am I going to be 3 years from
Mm-hmm.
now? Where am I going to be 5 years from now? And everything always comes down to I'm still going to be in the office. Why? Because I am someone that I really enjoy working with people. I love just hearing stories, seeing somebody coming in, maybe not having a vehicle, not having an apartment, not having none of that, to now where I got guys just with that example that I just gave you, they have a vehicle, they have their own apartment, they got money saved up, they looking professional, they looking sharp, their mannerism, professionalism, everything just went up. And to me, it's like I want to continue to see that and doing that.
I
So
really like that.
to me, the future it definitely looks bright. Definitely want to impact a lot of different life. I just went to Colombia. I came back about 2 days ago,
Oh, okay.
and just seeing all of that, just seeing the community, the people, the people being humble, just all the surroundings. It made me realize that there's so much out there that we have to do. There's so much out there that there's so many people that need the help. There's so many people that are willing to do it, but they just don't have the right vehicle.
Yeah.
And to me, it's all about expanding this vehicle that we have today as much as we can, so people that have that desire to win to be able to be there.
So that's for Kevin. That's your side and everything. Does that apply for Axelite as well?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I like that you merge them both and you think as well, like, this is what I do, this is what I love, this
Yeah,
is what I'm passionate about.
yeah,
So before we leave and everything, I have a little game.
yeah.
So I want to do like rapid fire
Okay,
questions. So I will do 5 questions, just one word, whatever comes to mind.
let's do it.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay. Let's say one word that defines success for you right now.
Values
A mentor or a book that changed your perspective.
from average to elite by
You,
Albert Shekhnazarov.
good. Your morning routine in 3 words.
My morning routine in 3 words: be grateful, be ready to conquer the day, and then you do your best.
What does Kevin Diaz do to reset after a long day?
Gym, exercise.
Favorite motivational quote.
Quote: if not you, then who?
I love that. I really do like that. So, and finally, how can people follow you? Can they find you?
Yeah, so they can find me on Instagram. They can find me on Facebook. Instagram, it will be Kevo, Kevoo7. Facebook, Kevin Diaz. You guys can find me there. Axelite USA, you can also find us there as well. So, yes,
Thank you for being here
it's my
today.
pleasure. It's my
And
pleasure.
thank you.
Thank you for
Today
having
with
me.
5 Stars Realty Podcast.
Thank you for having me, guys. Really do appreciate it.
Awesome.